When a prospect questions your fees, or maybe they even disappear after initial consultation, the reason why isn't usually about your qualifications. This is Warren Fogelman with Business Success Solution, and it's actually about your messaging. That's what it boils down to. The way you talk about your services is either elevating it value or it might be eroding it. And imagine we're in a conversation, just you and me, and I ask what you do. If your answer sounds something like, well, we help small businesses with bookkeeping and tax needs, you've given me the same answer as so many other firm owners that I've spoken with. And as a result of that, you end up blending in. That is a problem. Because if your message sounds like every other accountant, bookkeeper, tax preparer out there, there's no real reason for me to choose you over everybody else. So then the choice comes down to price. And that's when, instead of focusing on your expertise, you're seen as a commodity. And here's what happens. You might say, we provide monthly bookkeeping services. And what I hear is, yeah, you do the same thing as everybody else that I've spoken with. So that is what I hear. But what I want you to think about is the person you spoke to last time that moved on to somebody else. Was it because they had a lower price than what you had? Or was it because they had a better message? And think about it. When you're focusing on the reconciliations, the transactions, how many bank accounts somebody has, you are seen as a compliance worker, a technician. But when you're focusing on the solutions that happen, we improve your cash flow, we help you make more strategic business decisions, then you're seen as a growth partner. So we want to be able to shift your message from the work you do to the results that you create. And by doing this, you want to start putting yourself in your client's shoes. Think about, what are their goals? What are some of their frustrations? Are there any decision-making insights that they could really benefit from having a conversation with you first before they go ahead and decide yes, no, or to postpone something moving forward? So once again, it's not about listing your services. It's about showing how the service you do leads to a specific outcome that matters to your quality clients. And let me give you another way of looking at this. Instead of once again saying reconcile your accounts and send monthly reports, what about we flag financial blind spots before they become problems and give you clear steps to be able to improve your business profits? So that is something to think about. We can now get specific with bookkeeping, tax planning, and advisory services. So let me give you some comparisons. Bookkeeping. Once again, we offer monthly bookkeeping and financial statements is what I typically hear. But what if we were able to change it to, we provide financial clarity so you can make confident decisions based on real-time data for your business. So that is a bookkeeping message that will grab attention. How about tax planning? We prepare and file your business taxes. That is boring. But what if we focused on and said, we implement proactive tax strategies to reduce liabilities and protect your profit? That's going to grab attention. You're going to sound different from everybody else. How about if you're building out advisory services? Instead of saying, we do monthly advisory calls, nobody wants another call or meeting, they're already busy enough. Let's reframe that to, we translate your numbers into action steps that improve cash flow and profitability. So do you see what's happening? Instead of focusing on the tasks you're doing, we're focusing on the solutions you offer. That is called the transformation. The transformation has a lot of appeal to your quality clients because, let's face it, nobody wakes up thinking, I need reconciliations. Well, I have that many transactions every month. What they do wonder about is, where is my money going? How can I change things around so I'm not stressing about payroll at the end, right when it's due, and hoping that an invoice is getting paid? So that is something, what you want to do is shift from what you do, the tasks, to the solutions that work offers. And that is what we want to really focus on, is thinking about who your quality clients are, what are their goals and aspirations, what are their frustrations, and the solutions that you offer. And this is where ChatGPT can help to sharpen your message and really tap into that value that you offer. So we want you to start to think about ChatGPT as your marketing assistant, helping you go from the technical words that most of your clients don't understand anyway, to strategic messaging that grabs attention and brings in qualified leads. And it all has to do with the prompts. So a very simple prompt is, help me say this in clear terms that is about my accounting service and the business outcome it delivers. So you want to be a little bit more specific, but help me reframe my accounting solutions, help me reframe the tax advisory services I offer in business outcomes and solutions it delivers. So that's a very, very basic prompt you can get started with using, so that what you're saying now doesn't sound generic like everybody else. And let me give you an example. Let's say you offer some tax filing services. Instead of focusing on filing and compliance, ask ChatGPT to help you express how you prevent overpayments and find savings that others tend to overlook. So once again, you want ChatGPT to help you find ways that you're able to use tax planning to avoid overpayments and find solutions that others might overlook. If you have CFO services, then instead of saying something like, we review your financial statements, which isn't that appealing, we wanted to have ChatGPT help you explain how you pinpoint profit leaks and maybe help to identify new business opportunities or revenue opportunities. So that's what it's going to do, is help you to be able to get those right words to communicate the value that your clients are seeking. And this isn't about saying fancy words or anything like that. We want it to be in plain language. And also, if you have some type of branding already, we want it to align with your branding and your tone. But it helps to cut through the noise. I want to give you an example of how Bill used this. Bill, he has an accounting firm and he has contractors that are his clients. So he found himself too often working on weekends. He was doing price pushback, and sometimes people are just not responsive to his communications. And it was very, very frustrating, wasn't sustainable for him. So what we did is we talked a little further and we realized it wasn't about the deliverables, about what he was doing, the reconciliations, the financial statements, or the cash flow. It was about his messaging that was having him be seen as an extension of their business, almost like an employee, and not as an expert that could help them with consulting and elevating their business. So instead of focusing on the work that he did, he now says, I help contractors identify which projects are going to be profitable and which ones just burn time as well as resources. Same work, we just shifted the message. And as a result of that, in just 30 days, he was able to bring in an additional $10,000 in additional revenue. It was actually from services he used to give away for free. He got a couple new paid diagnostics. He got 2 cleanup projects, which he charged at premium rates. And once again, it brought an additional $10,000 in 30 days for him. It was the same level of expertise. All we shifted was what he focused on in his messaging. It wasn't about the compliance. It was about the transformation and the changes his clients would enjoy as a result of the work that he was doing. And by doing that, changing that message, the focus, people were able to actually instantly see his value. And that made Bill feel like he was finally getting paid for his expertise as opposed to the compliance side of what he was doing. So if this appeals to you, there's 3 steps for you to be able to start using ChatGPT to elevate your message. One is pick a service, just one service that you currently undercharge, or maybe you do without compensation. And it could be maybe cleanup projects or possibly year-end tax planning. So just pick one service that you tend to undercharge or you're not getting compensated for. And then ask yourself, what business problem does this solve? Is it reducing tax surprises? Is it fixing cash flow gaps? Or maybe offering clarity before major investments? So once again, figure out what problem does it solve. Pick one service, identify one problem that it solves. Number 3, we're going to plug that into ChatGPT. You can actually do it right along with me as I'm giving you these instructions if you have ChatGPT open right now. And give it a prompt, which help me describe this service, be specific. Tax planning, cleanup projects, whatever it is that you want to describe, get specific based on the results it delivers, not just the tasks, and see what it comes up with. And then you want to start using that outcome-driven language, the one that communicates value, that focuses on the results you deliver, that transformation. You want to start using it in your conversations when you and I are talking and I ask you what you do. Tell me about the results that you are able to deliver and provide. You can also use it in your proposals as well as website copy, social media posts. And as a result of doing that, you're going to get a different response from potential clients. Instead of hearing, that's too expensive, nobody wants to hear that, you're going to hear, when can we get started? So once again, it's just shifting the message, not the work. And if you feel like you're ready to clarify your message, you want to be able to have those right clients attracted to your firm and want to be able to know how to get started working with you, then reach out to me. Let's have a private strategy session. It's just you and me having a conversation about your messaging, your services, what it is to be able to differentiate you from everybody else, and how to be able to attract those right fit clients to your firm. You can do that by going to businesssuccesssolution.com/let's talk to get started. Once again, let's elevate the quality clients that you're working with and take your firm to the next level. Go to businesssuccesssolution.com/let's talk to get started, because your expertise is not the issue. It's your messaging and how you communicate it that we want to elevate to attract those right fit clients to you. Let me know what you took away from this, what resonated with you, what affirms something that you're doing. Would love to hear your feedback and input. This is Lauren Fogelman showing accounting firm owners how to double their income working half the time.